If you thought sourdough was just for bread, think again. Today we're making an insanely soft and moist sourdough chocolate chip crumb cake, loaded with chocolate, finished with a buttery crumble topping, and perfect as a snack or for breakfast with a cup of coffee. And the best part, you can make it same day with discard or long ferment it overnight for more flavor. Let's get baking. Okay, we're gonna start by preheating your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and then you're gonna need an 8x8 pan. I have sprayed this one generously with a non-stick spray, but you could also line it with parchment paper if that works for you. And then we're gonna make our crumb topping, okay? So in my bowl here, I've got 90 grams of all-purpose flour, and to that, I'm gonna add 67 grams of rolled oats or old-fashioned oats. Just don't use like the quick cooking oats because those are too thin. They're gonna kind of just melt in and they won't give you that nice crumbly topping that you want, okay? And then I'm gonna use 100 grams of granulated sugar, and then we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, a half a teaspoon of salt, and 106 grams of brown sugar. And then I'm just gonna mix this together to start with, and I've got a little bit of salt left in my bowl here. There we go. We are gonna add chocolate chips to this too, but we're gonna do that last. So first we're gonna get this all mixed in. It already smells so good. I mean, I love cake, but if you're gonna top a cake with a crumb topping, hello, I am here for that. I mean, brown sugar, cinnamon, oats, you've got the white sugar, a little bit of salt, and now we're gonna add some melted butter. And don't worry, the entire recipe is gonna be down below in the description. And I know I'm reading off the ingredients by weight. If you're one of those bakers that still likes to do things with your measuring cups and teaspoons, that's okay too. I'll have those ingredients down below for you as well. And now we're gonna add 113 grams of melted butter. That's 1 stick. In it goes, and then we're just gonna mix this up until it comes together, and it's gonna make the most delicious crumb topping. I feel like the crumb topping kind of makes the cake, you know? And we're gonna make a good amount of crumb topping because we want every bite to have the crumb topping in it. Okay, now at this point, you might wanna just go ahead and get in there with your hands and keep bringing this together. Okay, so we've got our crumb topping here, and now we're gonna add 43 grams of mini semi-sweet chips. Now, I like the mini chips for this. If you don't have the mini chips and all that you have are the larger chocolate chips, that's fine too. I just find that they kind of melt in a little bit better, and I really like the mini chips in this cake. All right, so there is our crumb topping, and now we're gonna get started on making our cake batter. Okay, we're gonna whisk together our dry ingredients. So I've got 159 grams of all-purpose flour here. I have 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder and half a teaspoon of baking soda, and then actually that was 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and then 1 teaspoon of salt. So I've got 159 grams of flour, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm gonna use my cute little baby whisk here and give this a little whisk just to make sure that everything is incorporated. You don't want like all the salt or baking powder to stay in one area. And then when we add this to our wet ingredients, if you have to mix it a lot to get all the dry ingredients mixed together, you might overmix your batter. So it's easier just to do it right now, even though it does give you another dish that you have to clean. But that is it. These are our dry ingredients. Okay, now we're gonna combine our wet ingredients. We're gonna start with 1 stick of butter, which is 113 grams. It should be soft, but just like you've been sitting it out at room temperature for about a half hour. And to that, I'm gonna add in 200 grams of my sugar. This is just granulated sugar. And then you're gonna want a hand mixer or a stand mixer to do this here. And you wanna basically cream this together. So we're gonna beat our sugar and our butter together until they're creamed. Okay, I'm just gonna scrape down the sides of my bowl. And this is not quite where I want it to be, so I'm gonna keep mixing it. It's still a little bit gritty, and I really want to continue creaming this and really getting a lot of air mixed into that butter and combining the butter and the sugar. So let's mix again. Okay, let's scrape down the sides of our bowl one more time. And then we're gonna add in our eggs one at a time, mixing after each egg. There we go. So I've got 2 eggs here, and I'm gonna add them in one at a time. There's one. Give it a little mix. Okay, now let's add the second egg. We want to get that nice and incorporated. And then, fun fact, if you add the eggs one at a time, that really helps them to emulsify into the butter and sugar mixture, which is going to create a smoother batter and a better texture in the cake, okay? There we go. All right. Okay, now I'm going to scrape down the sides of my bowl one more time, and don't skip this step because it does help to make sure that you get everything nicely mixed in. Okay, and now I'm going to add my sour cream. I'm adding in 240 grams of sour cream. You want to make sure you use a full fat sour cream. Listen, this is a cake. Okay, it's not healthy. Even though there's sourdough in it, it's still a cake. So don't use the low fat sour cream, just go with the full fat stuff. And then we're gonna add in 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, which is 15 grams. I'm using a really good Mexican vanilla. And then we're gonna add in 120 grams of our sourdough discard. So this recipe actually uses quite a bit of your sourdough discard. Now, when it comes to using sourdough discard in sweet recipes like this, I really recommend that you don't use discard that's been sitting in the back of your refrigerator for like a month. You really want to use discard that is only a couple of days old, maybe 3 or 4 days old, not the stuff that's in the back of your fridge for a month. That will just be too acidic and too strong tasting, okay? So let's give this a mix. Now, if you don't have sour cream, you can substitute that with a full-fat Greek yogurt or even buttermilk. Buttermilk in this cake is fantastic. Okay, we're gonna stop right there. And then I'm gonna scrape down the sides of the bowl one more time, mix it a little bit by hand. Now, you don't have to worry about over mixing it right now because we haven't added our flour, our dry ingredients to this. So we don't have to worry about creating a tough cake just yet. Once you add in your dry ingredients and your flour, that's when the gluten's gonna start developing in your cake. And if you over mix it, you'll end up with a rubbery cake, and that is not the texture that you wanna go for. So this is our wet ingredients. And now we're gonna start adding in our dry ingredients. Now, if this recipe looks good so far, give this video a thumbs up. It really helps more bakers to find sourdough recipes that work, and hit subscribe so you don't miss my next sourdough bake or tutorial. I've got so many step-by-step videos. Okay, let's combine our batter here. I've got my dry ingredients. I'm gonna fold them into my wet ingredients just until they're combined. We don't wanna overmix. You don't need to do some of the dry, then the wet, then some of the dry. It's okay to put in all the dry ingredients at once. And don't worry, I haven't forgotten our chocolate chips. This is a chocolate chip crumb cake. We're gonna add those in next. So you just wanna mix until the flour is fully combined. All right, I'm gonna stop right there because I'm gonna be adding in my chocolate chips. We've got 128 grams of mini chocolate chips. Now, regular sized chocolate chips will work fine, but I find that these mini chocolate chips, they kind of get distributed through the cake a little bit more evenly, and then you get a bite of chocolate in every bite, which is, I'm all about that, okay? I want all the chocolate. Okay, and then you're just gonna fold these in, and that is it. Now we've got our chocolate chip crumb cake batter, and we're gonna get ready to assemble this and bake. Today I'm making this with the quick discard version where I'm mixing all the ingredients, and I'm gonna actually make this cake in one day. But if you wanna make the long fermented version, here's how you would do that. You're gonna start by mixing together your starter, flour, sugar, eggs, sour cream, and vanilla. You'll mix that up, you'll cover it and refrigerate it overnight for 8 to 12 hours. You can go up to 24 hours, but just keep in mind that the longer you keep it in the refrigerator, the tangier it's gonna taste from that sourdough starter. And then after it's been in the refrigerator for 8 to 12 hours, you're gonna take it out, you're gonna stir in your melted butter, your baking powder, your baking soda, your salt, and your chocolate chips. And then that will take you to this point where you have your cake batter, and then you will assemble your cake just like we're gonna do today. Okay, now we're gonna assemble our cake. So we've got our 8x8 pan that we have greased generously. I'm gonna start by adding in our cake batter to the pan. And then once this is in, we will sprinkle our crumb topping all over the top. Now, I like cake, but I have to tell you that I love a cake with a crumb topping because that kind of makes me feel like if it has a crumb topping, it's more like breakfast. So then I can eat it for breakfast and I don't feel guilty. If it has frosting or like icing, I kind of feel like that's a cake and probably not something that I'm gonna feel good about eating for breakfast. So there you go. All right, I've got my batter in the pan here. I'm just gonna spread it out evenly. So tell me below in the comments, what do you think? Do you like a crumb cake better, or are you more of like a traditional cake with frosting kind of a person? I think I'm a crumb cake person. And then we've got our crumbly topping here, and we're gonna sprinkle this all over the top. Now, I told you before, we have a generous amount of crumb topping because every bite should have crumb topping in it, right? Otherwise, you're gonna feel like you got gypped, and we don't want that. So let's get it all over, and then we're just gonna spread this out evenly. Oh, already looks good. I can't wait to eat it. And I'm patting it down gently, okay? Just patting it down gently to make sure that the crumb topping sticks while it's baking. Okay, now my oven is preheated to 350 degrees. This is gonna take about 45 to 50 minutes to bake, or until a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. So I'm gonna get this in the oven because the sooner it bakes, the sooner we can eat it. Okay, our sourdough chocolate chip crumb cake is out of the oven. We're gonna let this sit here for about 15 or 20 minutes to cool before we slice into it, but it smells so good. I can't wait to eat it. All right, I'm gonna cut myself a slice of this. It's still a little bit warm, but I don't care. It just smells so good. I can't help myself. Okay, there you go. That's it, sourdough chocolate crumb cake. Soft, moist, chocolatey with the most amazing crumb topping. Whether you bake it same day with discard or long ferment overnight, it is going to be delicious. And if you're looking for another sourdough bake, check out my sourdough chocolate chip cookies. They're chewy, chocolatey, and another favorite in the bakery. You can watch it right here. Thanks for baking with me today. I'll see you in the next one, because right now I am busy eating my cake. It's so good.